Hello everyone. Today I will solo lower Blackrock Spire on a level 70 Retribution Paladin. If you don't have engineering, then you can probably expect to make 50 gold less compared to what I've advertised. But with engineering, you can easily make 375 gold every single hour, and this is raw gold we're talking about. The gear I use on this character is a mix of brutal gladiator gear together with a few PvE pieces, but mainly I use PvP gear on this character. The add-on that you see to the right is called Kiwi Farm, and this will indicate the amount of raw gold we can expect to make every single hour, but also what I've looted so far. And this add-on has also been set to vendor price, so it will not calculate what you can sell these items for on the auction house. Therefore, this is also going to be the minimal amount of gold we can expect to make. So when you do the first pull right here, you can do it in many different ways. You can for example bubble and body pull them. You can also pull all of them together, use your bubble and heal, or you can use your avenging wrath to do as much damage as possible. Usually I just use my wings and then I pop all the damage I can do. An easy way to stack these monsters together is to hide behind a wall. When you do this, then all the casters will also be lined of sight and now they will get close to you. And this way you can easily AoE and kill them at the same time. So just before I do the second pull, then I always equip my parachute cloak and also my rocket boots, because these I'll need in a moment and it always takes 30 seconds before you can use these. So by equipping them and then killing these enemies, then they will also be ready for when you need them. Alright, so right here is also where you will be using your parachute cloak together with your rocket boots, and then you will be flying towards this destination. By doing this move, you will also save at least 1 minute where you don't need to run to this location. And now you will just have to find the ogre boss. One thing you need to be aware of is that these might sometimes do a lot of damage, so be careful, and if your gear isn't that great, then I would also recommend you to separate this room into 2 different pulls, so you don't pull the whole room at the same time. Nonetheless, if you have amazing gear, then you can easily pull the whole room at the same time, but you will probably need to use some cooldowns, for example your Divine Protection. There's also one consumable I like to use to save a bit of time, and that's the Swiftness Potion. I craft these on my own low-level alchemist, and I usually pay around 30 silver for each of these. When I do lower Blackrock Spire, then I often use 4 or 5 of these for each run, so it's going to be around 5 to 10 gold every single hour by using this consumable. However, these gold are also so very well spent, because it allows me to do this run even faster, and overall I'm going to make even more gold compared to the 5 or 10 gold that I spent on this consumable. There's just one thing you need to be aware of. Don't use this consumable when you're in fight, or else there will also be a way longer cooldown. If you use this before you pull enemies, then the cooldown will only be 1 minute. Because I've also leveled up my engineering, then I can also use the repair bots. You will need to be level 325 for the TBC repair bots. But these will also allow you to vendor everything that you find and of course repair your gear. So overall this will save you a lot of time. You might also notice that I skip a lot of the monsters. The reason for this is because I prefer to go straight for a boss. Each boss will always drop a rare item and these will vendor for quite a good amount of gold. So going for these compared to the random monsters will also get me more gold every single hour. The good thing, however, as a Retribution Paladin is that you can pretty much just run and do damage at the same time. So sometimes I also just like to drag these enemies to the next location I have to go to. For the next couple of minutes I'll add in some music, and while this music is playing I'll just simply be killing the different bosses and try to move my way to the final boss in this dungeon. In a moment your cooldown on your rocket boots will also be off, but it's important you don't use these yet, because by the time that you have also killed the final boss, then you will need these to reset the dungeon. By keeping this cooldown for that location, you will also be able to reset the dungeon in around 20 to 30 seconds. Alright, so once you have taken care of these creatures, you're also ready to fight the final boss in this dungeon. There isn't really anything you need to pay attention to. Of course, sometimes it will throw you up into the air and you will take a bit of damage from the fall damage. But nonetheless, with some cooldowns, you can easily avoid this mechanic and probably kill it before it does it. So a few minutes ago I mentioned you need to keep your rocket boots cooldown for the final boss, or well, for when you have killed this one. Because right here you can combine it together with your parachute cloak and fly all the way over to this location. Now you can pretty much also reset the dungeon, just use a swiftness potion and run out. So by doing Lower Blackrock Spire as a Retribution Paladin, you can probably make around 375 raw gold every single hour. This is of course if you're an engineer and you can do the skips, but also winter at the repair bots. Nonetheless, in the pre-patch there are so many different ways to farm gold as a Retribution Paladin, and many of these ways I've already shared in different videos that you can find on my channel. Soon I'll release a lot more Wrath of the Lich King gold making videos, but also tips and tricks on how you can level faster. If you wish to get notified when I post these videos, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. But as always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.